Wavesound Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of The Burrow by Melanie Cheng, narrated by Withoos. The most beautiful thing about my burrow is the stillness. Of course, that is deceptive. At any moment it may be shattered, and then all will be over. Franz Kafka, The Burrow. Jin. They found him through an advertisement on Gumtree. For sale, 9-week-old fawn-coloured male mini-lop in search of his forever home. Lovely temperament, well handled. Comes with transition feed, nails trimmed, worm and lice treatment. The breeder was a hairdresser with a husband in the army. She laughed when she told Jin she had 11 kids of her own, as if having that many children was some kind of joke. She also dismissed the need to immunize the bunny against calicivirus. But I'm not an anti-vaxxer or anything. It was the middle of spring. The curfew for metropolitan Melbourne had been lifted, but restrictions were still in place. Now, mid-afternoon, the deserted freeway was flooded with apricot light. Jin had been driving for 40 minutes, alone, first through country vineyards, and later through graffitied outer suburbs, with a cardboard box containing the rabbit strapped into the passenger seat. A couple of ragged holes in the lid provided the only airflow. As he drove, he imagined one of the hairdresser's wild-eyed children attacking the box with a sharp stick. On exiting the freeway and stopping at a set of lights, Jin thought about lifting the lid to check on the thing. The animal hadn't made a sound since they'd left the breeder's ramshackle house. For all Jin knew, he was already dead. Only yesterday, Lucie, who had been researching non-stop ever since he and Amy had caved into her pleading, had informed him that as little as a dog's bark could give a skittish bunny a heart attack. But then the lights changed, and Jin turned his attention back to the road, relieved. While he wouldn't admit it to Amy or Lucie, animals made him nervous. He'd never owned a pet as a child. His parents weren't keen about sharing their home with an animal, or even, Jin sometimes thought, a fellow human being. He remembered how, soon after they'd migrated, his mother had seen him pat a friend's Labrador on the way home from school, and made him take a shower with a giant bar of Dettol soap. But Lucie had been nagging them. It was the first thing she had shown real enthusiasm about since the accident. How could they even contemplate depriving the poor child of a pet after everything she had endured? He and Amy had spent long nights lying side by side in bed, analysing the pros and cons. What if it died? That would be devastating. For her, for all of them. Rabbits were not exactly renowned for their resilience, and a baby one.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?